Back to follow-up segment tonight, the Great American Retreat of 2014. There's no question the USA is losing influence abroad. And here at home, we have border chaos, still shaky economy, a number of other major problems. So it's fair to say America's in decline, at least at present. Charles Krauthammer addressed that last night.
There's a big difference between decline as a condition and decline as a choice. What we have with Obama is a president choosing decline. We have a president who doesn't believe in American exceptionalism, American greatness, and he has chosen for America to retreat from the Middle East, to not lift a finger in places like Ukraine, basically to make us one nation among others.
Here now to react, Dana Perino and Alan Colmes. Now, Dana, the liberal line is that the decline began while you were working for President Bush the Younger, and they point to the Iraq War, which drained blood and treasure from this country, and then the recession caused by the banking shenanigans behind the scenes the federal government didn't pick up on. So you can't blame President Obama because it all started on Bush, and President Obama is just simply not able to dig his way out. And you say?
Well, I think that we could play that game all night long. And I could even go back to Bill Clinton and say, well, if he hadn't gutted the intelligence community, then 9/11 might not have happened. And then the Clinton people could say, well, if George H.W. Bush had finished Desert Storm, then we wouldn't have been in this problem in the first place. And you could continue to go back a ways. And I can argue also on the recession, that you could look back at the housing policies of the Clinton administration and before that. With all the decisions to try to get more minority-owned housing and how that led to a bubble that the Democrats fiercely defended, in particular Barney Frank and Chris Dodd.
And you remember what happened to Barney here. And that was
I do.
All right, so you're rejecting that argument.
I just think I think it's fair to argue about what happened under President Bush's presidency, but that doesn't mean then you can excuse what happened from 2008 on, which arguably
so 5.5 years is a
consequential.
long time. Do you agree with Krauthammer that the president wants American power to recede? Do you agree?
I think that he wants that because he thinks that is the best thing for America. I think his intentions are that America pulling back and not being so involved in the world will ultimately be good for America. That's what I think President Obama thinks.
I think it's one thing to argue whether or not we're in decline. I say we're not. But it's quite another to say that he purposely wants us to decline, that, as Krauthammer says, we're choosing decline. And the word decline, to say we don't want to be involved as much in the world doesn't necessarily mean decline. But we have been involved. He went into... he's talking about going into Iraq. He sent troops in there once again for training purposes. We went into Libya. We had a surge in Afghanistan. We have been involved.
All right, let me ask you some questions. The median income for American workers has declined, correct?
Yes.
Under him?
Yes.
That's decline, I would say. Isn't it? Serious
but
decline.
It is getting better than it had been.
Just keeping my question in.
Yes.
It's like a court of law.
Okay, fine.
Decline in earning power for working Americans,
correct.
Right? Okay, influence abroad, I'd say it's a decline.
That's
challenged
a
by Putin.
Influence abroad.
I'll back it up. Challenged by Putin. Okay, gains in Iraq lost. Afghanistan,
no fault of Obama. You would say gains in Iraq lost. We got out of there in 2009.
No. Mosul is gone now. We have to fight it back.
Fault. But this was never going to work.
I'm just saying gains in Iraq lost.
But the whole idea is that you're blaming decline on President Obama.
I'm telling you, you can blame whoever you want. That's why I opened up with Ms. Perino and Bush. I'm telling you, you said America's not in decline. I gave you 3 big things where it is declining. Now back to you. All right. Now you say, and some conservatives are going to be angry with you, that it isn't by design, that President Obama isn't subverting the power of the nation. Whereas you well know that a lot of conservatives believe that's not true. He doesn't really like the capitalistic system. He feels we're an unfair nation, and he wants to bring us down.
Okay, I think that that is actually 2 separate things. Do I think President Obama wants us to have less influence in the world? Yes, because he thinks that is a good thing for America. I disagree. I don't think it's a good thing for America. I like peace through strength. I'm for America being more involved in the world because America is like the mom that you better not cross her, but you better respect her.
All right.
And that's how you cooperate. So I don't think that President Obama necessarily came into office thinking, gosh, I really want to ruin this country and bring it to its knees.
Okay, what's the other point? Real quick, because I got to give him last word. But the practical effect
of the policies, the consequences of the policy decisions, is that we have all the things that you listed happening and more.
Colmes, last question. You got about 30 seconds. The CBS poll shows overwhelmingly that President Obama's job approval rating,
Yes.
okay, is in the tank.
Correct.
Because people don't feel he's doing a good job. You feel he is doing a good
Yes.
job. What's the difference between you and every other American?
It's too early to judge this president.
How much time do you
There's
have?
a lot.
I don't know what the
How much
difference
time do
is.
you have? I'll go along with Dana on that. But look, you can't judge this presidency 3/4 into its second term.
5.5 years, you can't judge.
You judge a presidency through the lens of history. This is not the time to be judging.
All right,
Which might
no
be why
judging.
President Obama is up 6 points over Obama since in the most recent Gallup
Look,
poll.
your guy
released
was
today.
down, and now he's resurrected in terms of the ratings after his
right.
presidency.
Sure, that can't happen. But if President
All right.
Obama loses 2 wars and
I gotta
America's
go
not safer,
because
it's a problem.
we have very important things. Not to say you're not important.